If you've been injured in a truck accident, who do you sue? Do you sue the truck driver or do you sue the trucking company? A truck accident is a very serious accident that can happen on any roadway in the state of Florida. Trucks travel and traverse the roadways just like you and I do in our regular cars, and they are very dangerous. They're extremely dangerous because they weigh a lot. Regular truck itself can weigh maybe 25,000 pounds. Fully loaded with a trailer, it can weigh upwards of 80,000 pounds. That is significant impact if it goes ahead and hits you in the rear or if you into the rear of that truck. Commercial truck accidents in the state of Florida are significant. They cause catastrophic injuries, which could mean the loss of limb or ultimately death. A lot of trucking companies have multiple entities. And what does that mean? Some trucking companies might actually have a W-2 or an employee driving and operating that truck. Other companies actually have what's called an independent contract. So there could technically be 2, maybe 3 people to file a lawsuit if you've been injured as a result of a truck accident injury. So if you were injured as a result of a truck accident, you may want to figure out if I'm suing the driver, if I'm suing the corporation who owns it, or who else might be liable. Well, it really depends. And it depends on a lot of things, especially the severity of the injury and how fast you want to get the case resolved. Okay. There could be a bunch of different policies of insurance to go after, whether it's the independent truck driver's insurance or the company itself has a policy of insurance as well. Now, there is a really good case to make that you want to go ahead and sue the owner of the trucking company. That is because the truck driver, even if he's an independent employee, they are vicariously liable. Now, the trucking company might have been putting unduly pressure on the driver. It might have been saying, hey, you need to speed up and get these goods delivered. You need to speed. You need to break the law. We have a time crunch here. They might not have had adequate maintenance on the truck, which made that truck pretty much a deadly weapon without traveling down the highway with 80,000 pounds, not adequately assessed, the brakes not working properly. Finally, you want to go ahead and sue them because ultimately it's their responsibility. It's their cargo. They're the ones that put them on the road, and they may have some deep pockets to go after depending on the severity of your injury. Unfortunately, $1 million policy on some of these things is not sufficient. So going after the entity itself may increase the amount of money you can go after and that's available. That being said, you also want to go ahead and sue the truck driver. Now, it's very critical, even if he's an independent contractor, to make him a party to the suit. You want to be able to bring him in. You want to be able to have him sit down for deposition. And you want to talk to him about how the accident occurred. Did he make a mistake? Is he going to testify that the company told him to do something or the company promised that the truck was maintained properly? These are all critical questions to ask and observe, and critical questions to know when you have a truck accident. Some of the downsides of suing multiple parties could mean that the case drags on for a prolonged period of time. The more parties involved, the more lawyers involved, and the slower it takes to get your justice you deserve. So when you do file a lawsuit against 2 entities, it typically takes a little bit longer than one entity itself. At the end of the day, I always say sue everyone you can, bring them in. If they can prove that they're not negligent for your fault, you can always release them after you file a lawsuit and continue on with the parties who are actually responsible for your injuries. If you've been injured in an accident, in a truck accident, give me a call. I'm Scott Leaser with the Leaser Law Firm. We do not get paid unless you get paid. I'm here to help you. Use me as an asset.